Hi, I'm Albert Bowkett from Perfinal Core Banking, and this is clip 4 in my series of Core Banking Essential FAQs. Today's frequently asked question is, why was core banking created? As I mentioned last time, core banking is, in the wider sense, the science and practice of banking going back hundreds of years. However, its modern meaning entails a software package known as a core banking system, or core banking platform, or CBP for short. A CBP is itself built on those historical principles of banking science and practice, while it also needs to adapt to and incorporate ongoing developments in banking practice, innovation and regulation. As we will see, balancing these elements has always been tricky. Can the core banking platform support the legacy requirements and the latest developments? Can it be comprehensive on the back end, yet flexible and focused and business focused on the front end? Can it be reliable yet adaptable? To what extent should it be tailored to a specific financial institution, when many banks might prefer something off the shelf and quick to launch? The first core banking platforms, built on mainframe servers way back in the 1960s, were created for two very specific reasons: to network bank branches and to automate banking processes where possible. The invention of networked, automated core banking in turn drove innovation in customer experience. The first ATM, or automatic telling machine, was invented in London in 1967. Telephone banking was introduced, also in the UK, in 1984. These front-end innovations in turn drove the development of the second generation of core banking platforms, introduced in the 1970s and 1980s. So you can really observe this synergistic dynamism in back-end core banking innovation driving front-end customer-end innovation and vice versa. And that's really important to consider now in the 2020s, when we've been experiencing an explosion in internet and mobile-driven customer-end innovation, especially since open banking legislation from 2015 on. But many banks, especially most of the biggest banks, are still using mainframe systems designed in the 1980s and are only just now starting to very cautiously experiment with so-called new generation core banking systems that are typically cloud native and scalable and use microarchitecture that can be maintained and updated on the fly. So we started off at the dawn of digital tech with this quite healthy tennis game between back-end and front-end banking tech and innovation. But from the 1980s and 90s on, and even more recently, there's this ever-widening gulf between the super-fast new front-end fintechs and the aging core banking tech that still does the heavy lifting in the background. And those aging back-end systems have been tweaked and tuned and patched with workarounds really to their elastic limit. I'm going to come back to that situation, but before I do, the next clip in this series will first cover the important achievements of those early core banking systems.